I'm headed to my favorite location to purchase boxes, and it got me thinking about all of you out there who clearly need to use boxes to send in all your inventory to Amazon warehouses. And I was wondering where you go. I started out buying boxes at Walmart, and they were okay, but they weren't as sturdy as I would like, and frequently they wouldn't have the sizes I needed. I decided to try Home Depot and Lowe's, and I like the Lowe's boxes better. The small now, not the medium or clearly the large. I find that the smaller the best, and they are sturdy enough that I can put up to 50 pounds of entirely books in there, and it seems to fit pretty much perfectly. I don't usually have too much space unless I'm throwing in other things like CDs or VHS tapes. The books tend to take up most of the space if I'm trying to fit it all in one box and it's not too many items. Of course, depends on the number of items, but I can usually use that smaller box and it works great, and they're pretty inexpensive. I believe they're around 75 cents or 70 cents, something like that. So I usually go and buy about 6 or so and use about anywhere between 2 or 3. I might use 4 if I have a big shipment. If I have a shipment of close to 200, I might have to use 4 of those boxes. And what I end up doing is, if I can't fill the box, then I usually just stuff it with some butcher paper or some bubble wrap. And that's a better way for me to try to close it up. Something I used to do with other sized boxes was cut them down a little bit and just fold them over so I wouldn't have to put anything in there and it would fit perfectly. But with the Lowe's boxes, I usually don't have to do that. There's usually not too much space, so I can just put a little bit of butcher paper or something else, and it's fine. It seals up, no problem, without any sort of worry about there being crushable space, I guess, as people refer to it. So yeah, Lowe's works for me. Do you use Lowe's? Do you use Home Depot? I know I see a lot of people that like Home Depot boxes. When I first started, I had random size boxes that I just had in the house or in the garage, and used some of those. I also would go dumpster diving or just peek my head into some dumpsters, and I found a few boxes that way. Do any of you do that? I know some people prefer that. They kind of hunt around, maybe take a few days or weeks or whatever, find a good location where there's a lot of broken up boxes or just boxes tossed into the dumpster, and they can just grab them on a weekly basis, and you don't have to buy boxes. If I put a lot of time into that, I might be able to find a location, or I probably would be able to, that had a consistent supply of boxes, but I just haven't done it. Just don't have too much time to do that type of thing. But I understand if I were to find a dumpster that had a good supply, constant supply, then why not save a few bucks? Boxes don't cost that much, but it is an expense. Also, where do you buy other supplies such as tape? I usually go to Walmart to get tape, get like the 8-pack, and it lasts a long time. As far as other supplies, I use the labels, but I buy those kind of in bulk. I have a bunch of them. I have hundreds of sheets now, so it'll last me quite a while. But aside from that, a printer, paper for the printer, but I don't use that much of. I don't print too much out, so there's not really much else. I have a scale, and I have measuring tape, and that's about it, really. There's not much more to the supplies that I need, but boxes are the most important, and those are the ones I go through the most often. Every 2 weeks, I need at least 3 or 4 boxes. Are you a Lowe's person? Are you a Home Depot person? Are you a Walmart person? Are you a Target person? Are you a dumpster diving person? Or maybe you just have some other supply of boxes that you have access to or that come to you. But this is a not huge part of the business, but important nonetheless. You kind of have to find what works for you and what you're comfortable with and what you're the closest to. If you're not near a Lowe's, then you have to go to Home Depot. If you're not near Home Depot, you have to go to somewhere else, maybe a Walmart. It just, depends on how much you want to spend and how good the boxes are for you, if they work, that sort of thing. I'm curious to know. Let me know in the comments. And here are the illustrious Lowe's boxes. So we have large, $1.50. Medium, $1.26. And small, actually 77 cents. So I was off by 2 cents. And I got plenty in stock. But the medium and large are just way too big. The small actually is the perfect size, 16 by 12 by 12. And there's two. There is just the normal one. There's also a heavy duty. But I find that I don't need the heavy duty. Actually not sure if it costs anymore. But the normal one is just fine. So we got Scotch and Easy Start. One is $9.44. One is $9.97. Save 53 cents. And I don't think there's a difference. Boom! Hit up Walmart. Got my tape. You know, I was thinking, I never go to Walmart for anything other than tape or anything else related to materials I need for shipping. But pretty much at this point, just tape. I bought Goo Gone there when I first started doing FBA. So this was over a year ago. I actually bought 2 bottles of Goo Gone. And after more than a year, I don't know when I bought it, I don't know, close to a year and a half ago, something like that, 14, 15 months ago. So that long, I'm about halfway done with 1 bottle. So that was impressive. I didn't think it would take that long to get through a bottle. It's gonna take me another year or so probably. Goo Gone works really, really well to get off all the gunk, the sticker residue, any of the pricing marks that they put on the books, on the covers. It works exceptionally well. Just make sure to wipe it all off. This is gonna be a little slippery. You don't wanna send someone a book that has leftover Goo Gone on there. You wanna make sure and wipe it off with a wet paper towel or cloth or whatnot. I rarely go to Walmart. I actually never go to Walmart, to be honest, to buy anything else. Basically, I'm a Target person. So anyway, I don't know what that's about other than just wanting to get cheaper or less expensive items like tape. Basically tape, and I bought Goo Gone, and I've bought boxes and bubble wrap, that sort of thing. But yeah, nothing much else. And while at Walmart, I did not check out any clearance space because I just don't typically do that. So that wraps up my little adventure or non-adventure of buying boxes. Let me know where you buy your boxes, what you think about it, etc. Any tips, anything at all. This might help people that are starting out and are not sure where to buy boxes. People give you different advice. So some will say Lowe's, some will say Home Depot, some will say Walmart, you know, different places. But Lowe's is my place for now. I spent just under $5 on those 6 boxes, and that'll last me at least 2 shipments. Sometimes you run into the problem needing a smaller box because possibly only 20 or so items are going to one warehouse, or your shipment is such that you filled up 1 box and now you need a little bit more. You have a little bit more stuff, 15, 20, 25 items that'll fit in a smaller box. What do? I have a few tiny boxes that I've collected over the months, but they're pretty small and it have to be a really small quantity that's going to a warehouse or to finish off a shipment. But that's a dilemma that I run into sometimes. But I guess you can find some small boxes somewhere. This might be a little more expensive at Staples or Office Depot, but that's where dumpster diving comes in handy. As always, remember, keep booking!